everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Mary Makes the Call. I'm Mary, and I'll be here every week during the college football season talking about what happened last week, good plays that happened last week, what teams played, who won and who lost, as well as what's coming up next Saturday. We also have a segment called Off the Field Spotlight, where we're going to be featuring a player that's making a positive impact off the field. So not only are they doing well on the field, but they're doing well off the field as well. So we have that coming up too. So Laurie, you remember my sister Laurie? She's part of the show here.
Hi everybody, I'm here too. I'm number one, even though I don't know hardly anything about college football.
But she's here to learn.
Somebody does.
But she's here to learn too. So
I'll be back in a minute.
So let's get started. Before we get started, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. We had some technical difficulties last week. You probably didn't notice. Laurie, we could barely hear her. She was off camera and she sounded like she was in the room next to us, but you could kind of hear her, but I think she has it figured out this week as to how to fix that. So
Well, I think it was all because of the microphone. My other microphone was probably too small. So now I got this one, and I think I can be heard. Can I be heard?
She can be heard.
I think so.
Right in my ear. Okay, so that was issue number one. Issue number two was my microphone. So as you can see from the picture that you're looking at right now, it looked like something was sprouting out of my neck the entire episode. So now we have it laying down. What did you think of that? So something stinks. So anyways. Anyways, that was it. I hope we got our technical difficulties done.
All right, let's get started.
Let's get started. Let's talk about last week. We had a great week last week. USC went into Michigan, and they were favored to win, but they did not win.
Uh-oh.
Nope, they did not win. Michigan ended up beating them 27-24.
Wow, they almost won.
They almost did. Just a quick recap of that game. Well, towards the end of the game, when their minutes were counting down, we had USC went up. They scored a touchdown, so they're ahead of Michigan.
There they go.
And so they kick off to Michigan, and Michigan is deep in their side of the field. They're like at their own 20-yard line or whatever.
They're going to win.
And they hand off the ball to Khalil Mullings, their running back, who makes a great run down the field. He went all the way down to like the 40, 30-yard line.
Wow.
Putting them in scoring position.
There you go. Here it comes.
Yeah, here it is. Well, like about a play or two later, of course, he gets into the end zone. Of course.
Of course.
So that puts Michigan up ahead of USC. But 37 seconds left on the clock. USC has a chance to march it down the field, which is what they did. And they get on the other side of the 50, and they look like they're just getting ready. It looks like they're going to score. They're either going to kick a field goal, send it in overtime, or score. However, yeah, Michigan's defense held tough, and they held them to third down, 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 turns into 4th and 9, and they throw it,
and they win.
No, they don't. The receiver catches the ball, but he catches it a yard short, and time runs out, and the game's over, and Michigan won.
Oh, what a heartbreak for them.
So,
oh, my goodness.
So I always like it when the team that's not favored to win wins. So
the underdog.
Go Blue. So that brings Michigan. They are 3-1 now, and this coming Saturday they welcome Minnesota Gophers. They should win that game. Minnesota's 2-2.
Well, Michigan's number one now anyway, right?
They are not number one.
Not
no,
number one.
They're
Okay.
not number one yet. Texas Longhorns are ranked number one right now.
Because they're 4-0.
They're undefeated, yeah.
Okay.
So the other game that I watched last week was Tennessee at Oklahoma. Now, you probably remember I was talking about the head coach of Tennessee, Josh Heupel.
Right.
Yep. So Josh Heupel, when he went to school, he went to the University of Oklahoma, where he was the quarterback and where he took the team to their 7th national title. So he is well-loved, well-liked, Oklahoma royalty. He's wonderful. So then, of course, he graduates. And a couple years later, he comes back and he's hired as the offensive coordinator.
Good for him.
Well, yeah, until they lost. They lost a bowl game, and they lost big, well, I don't know if it's a bowl game, but they lost a big game. And the head coach at the time decided they needed a spark, so they fired Josh Heupel. That wasn't good. So that was 2014, and he hasn't been back to Oklahoma since. So now here he is, the head coach of Tennessee, going back to his alma mater, Oklahoma.
Where he got fired.
And to see if he has what it takes to be a head coach of a winning team. And he got his redemption because Tennessee did win. They won 25-15. And now Tennessee is 4-0.
Well, I have 3 words for that coach that fired him. Ha, ha, ha.
Okie doke. So 2 other games that happened went into overtime. One was Colorado and Baylor. Colorado was down a touchdown, time ticking down, and the quarterback throws a Hail Mary, receiver catches it, and then he drops it. Yeah, but there's still time left on the clock.
Okay.
So they do it again. This time, the receiver caught it, the Hail Mary in the end zone. The guy who caught it, his name is LeJonte Wester. He caught the Hail Mary in the end zone, sending that game into overtime, where Colorado ended up winning.
Fantastic.
38-31.
Wow, what an exciting game.
It was. So the other game was Illinois and Nebraska. Illinois beat Nebraska in overtime, 31-24. Illinois is 4-0 now, too. But they have 2 big contenders coming up on their schedule as well. They have Penn State coming up on Saturday, and then they play Michigan in October 19th. So I'll be here to remind you to watch that. Our playmakers from last week. Parker Kingston of BYU. He's a punt returner. So, of course, he's back there waiting for the ball to come, and he flubbed the catch. It hit him somehow, and which makes it a live ball. Mm-hmm. So everyone's scrambling to get the ball. He picks it up at the 10-yard line, runs across field, and zigzags his way into the end zone. He ran it all the way back.
Wow.
So there you go. That just goes to show you never give up.
That's fantastic. Good for him.
Yes. That was Parker Kingston from BYU.
And one question?
Yep.
What's BYU?
Brigham Young University.
Okay. Thanks.
They're in Utah.
Okay.
So my other playmaker goes to the entire team of James Madison University.
Wow.
Why? Because they beat North Carolina 70-50.
70?
You don't hear that out of James Madison University very often. So the whole team is my playmaker of the week.
Wow. And the other team, I guess, was doing okay because they got 50.
They got 50, but
what a high-scoring game! That's crazy.
It is crazy, and you wouldn't think that James Madison would win because they're not a athletic school. Mm-hmm. So there you go. You never know.
You never know.
So that brings us to this week. But before I go on, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please hit that like button. And if you want to be with us all season long, please hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it.
Hit the subscribe. You don't want to miss any of this.
You don't want to miss any of this. So there's a big game coming on this week, and that is Georgia at Alabama. These teams are the titans of the SEC Conference. Both of them are undefeated. They're 3-0. Georgia, before they even started, they were ranked number 1 in the country. Now they're ranked number 2.
How could they be ranked number 1 before they even started?
The reputation,
okay. History.
Yeah. So but now they're ranked number 2. Alabama is ranked number 4, and Georgia goes into Alabama, and so that will be should be a really, really good game.
Wow.
Yeah. Other notable games coming up are Louisville at Notre Dame. And the reason I would say this is that Louisville is undefeated. They're 3-0. Notre Dame is 3-1. Louisville's ranked 15, and Notre Dame's ranked 16. So that should be a good competitive game there. I have my eye on that one as well. And the other one, we have Maryland at Indiana. Indiana is undefeated, another 4-0 team. Maryland's 3-1. So that should be
they're
another.
close. That should be good.
That should be a good game.
Are they playing in Maryland? Did you say Maryland or no?
No, they're playing in Indiana.
Okay.
So guess who else is undefeated, Laura?
Well,
She doesn't know.
I don't know.
It's the Rutgers. The Rutgers.
The Rutgers. I could look them up on the Google.
Scarlet Knights. Rutgers are 3-0, and they will be hosting the Washington Huskies, who are 3-1. So, and the other game I'll be watching is Ohio State at Michigan State. Ohio State 3-0, Michigan State's 3-1. So, as you can see, as we're inching closer to October, the games that are coming up are going to be more and more competitive. And again, I'll be right here to tell you who to watch.
Michigan State is not the Wolverines.
No, Michigan
Okay.
State Spartans. That's
Spartans,
Spartans, yeah. So, hey, Laurie, did you know about Cosmo the Cougar from BYU? Not to be confused with Cosmo Kramer
Or Cosmo the Drink.
or Cosmo the Drink.
No.
Well,
I'll Google him while you're talking.
yeah. BYU, Brigham Young University, has their mascot is Cosmo the Cougar. And he does a lot of stunts, a lot of tricks, pretty athletic. You should check him out. But what he did, what caught my eye this past week, is that he did a backflip. So not just any backflip. He did a backflip holding a barbell. And then the weights were on fire. So he did a backflip holding the barbell with fire on the weights. So
Wow, that's amazing.
it is amazing. You should check it out. And we have a link down here in the description that'll take you to his Facebook page.
To the link of the clip that you're talking about.
Okay, to the link that I'm talking about.
But he also has a Facebook page, and this guy is really acrobatic, athletic. He really puts on a great show. So if you have a chance, stop by his Facebook page and take a look, because he goes above and beyond mascot duties.
mascot duties.
Which I'm sure there's a manual or something. I don't know.
So, all right. Well, that brings us to the trivia question. Last week I asked, what was the first college football game ever played, and who were the teams? What was the first college football game ever played, and who were the teams? Okay, Laurie doesn't know, so she's not going to guess. The answer is New Jersey versus Rutgers. Rutgers is the birthplace of college football, and it was played in 1869.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Well, New Jersey is, we know it as Princeton. It changed its name. So Rutgers won 6-4, and they played in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And you might be saying 6-4, what's that all about? Well, if you remember back when I talked about Walter Camp and making rules. When college football first started, they didn't have organized rules. They played it more like rugby soccer. So the score was based on a soccer or a rugby game. So there you go. New Jersey, also known as Princeton, played Rutgers. So that brings us to this week's trivia question.
Wait, Mary, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know offhand which player on the football team wears the biggest helmet?
They're all the same size, right?
No.
No.
It's the person with the biggest head.
Okay.
Or the player with the biggest head.
Back to the trivia question.
Why am I still here?
Why am I doing this? Okay, the trivia question. Every year, the Heisman Trophy is awarded to the most outstanding player of the season. Which of these players did not win a Heisman Trophy? And I'll tell you, it's a multiple guess, so here we go. Ricky Williams, Eddie George, Peyton Manning, or Charles Woodson. One of those did not receive the Heisman when they were in college. Ricky Williams, Eddie George, Peyton Manning, or Charles Woodson. You'll have to tune in next week for the answer.
Don't Google it.
And now for Off the Field Spotlight. This week, I am spotlighting Harry Miller, and he's from Ohio State. He's an offensive lineman. He's a junior. And the reason I'm spotlighting him is because He is donating all his NIL earnings to the humanitarian efforts in Nicaragua. In case you don't know what NIL is, it's name, image, likeness. College players can now get paid whenever their name or image or likeness is being used to promote.
So kind of like an endorsement?
Kind of like an endorsement. So he's donating all of his earnings to a humanitarian effort in Nicaragua.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So he also takes an annual mission trip down there where he volunteers at schools distributing food and medicine to families in the region that need it. So
wow.
He is our off-the-field spotlight, Harry Miller.
I'd love to hear about guys that, athletes that do stuff like that.
Yeah. If someone you know is making a positive impact off the field, we'd love to hear about it. Please leave their name, their school, and what they're doing in the comments below, and we'll be happy to give them a shout out and put the spotlight on them. So please do that. And also, again, if you're liking what you're seeing, please smash that like button, and please
subscribe.
Please help us grow a channel and subscribe and tell everybody. Please let them.
And those of you that have subscribed and are with us, thank you. We know you're there, and we appreciate it, and we do it for you and all of our future viewers as well. So thank you. But hit it again if you didn't subscribe.
Hit it again.
Hit it so you don't miss a thing.
All right, so there you go. Like us, subscribe to us, and that's going to do it for this week. I'm Mary making the call. You have a great day, have a great week, and I will see you next week.
And I'm Laurie saying goodbye too.
I think so too.
Let's just call that a wrap and go get pizza.